Hey, I'm Katerina. I wanted to make this video to talk a little bit about where I am with my own health and to be kind of open and um, share where the majority of this channel is starting from. So, I am uh, a mother of one child and I love to read. So, from when I was a young kid, I've always been a reader. And for probably like the past 10 years, one of the topics that I love to read about is health and wellness related stuff. Um, and some of those things I've been applying along the way, and some of the things I have needed to apply more fully. But that topic has always really like captured me. It's something I can read about for hours and hours and talk about and enjoy learning about. So this past year, I decided to get certified as a personal trainer and work more toward allowing that kind of side passion to take a more permanent place in my life. So um, I've had my own health challenges. I have an autoimmune disease, which I'll talk more about in the future. Um, but I have been able to make some gains. So the pregnancy, I mentioned that in part because that is, as many women know, like a huge before and after. But even though I had like high hopes for um, being fit during pregnancy, like I've always from childhood been overweight and uh, was kind of getting more active about my health and things. And then I got pregnant, which is a time where definitely is good to continue being active about your health. But I ended up having a generally healthy pregnancy with weight gain. So, like, with more than the typical weight gain for a first pregnancy. And what do I mean by that? So, I think, don't quote me on this and feel free to comment and correct me if I'm wrong, but somewhere around like 20 to 30 pounds is like accepted weight gain for especially a first pregnancy. I gained 50 pounds with the pregnancy. And like I said, I was already overweight to start with. And so I ended up at around like 230, 236 to be precise, at right when I was about to give birth. And then uh, after I gave birth, of course you like lose the initial weight of the baby, but then like within a couple of weeks, I was still around like 230. And so from that point, I don't want to make this video super long. We'll unpack more of these things in future videos, I'm sure. But from that point, I have made significant progress. So from staying around 230 for several years after my son was born, I made some lifestyle changes, applied things that, we learn and all of us hear about. Although there is a lot of misinformation out there, but um, made some changes and so far have lost just under 50 pounds. So uh, that is something that is doable, right? Even if you have been overweight all your life and have something huge like pregnancy, which can result in faster weight gain than normal and changes up your hormones. So part of what happened with me is that after I gave birth, I had postpartum hypothyroidism, and then ended up actually having Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So Hashimoto's thyroiditis is where your immune system is attacking your thyroid, and it can have lots of effects throughout the whole body because the thyroid is a very small gland here in the neck, but it has a huge impact on your system because it affects lots of other hormones, and hormones are a huge driver of either wellness or illness, depending on how they're doing. So um, yeah, but being diagnosed with Hashimoto's was helpful to get a diagnosis, because from there, I was able to learn more about it and take some action steps. And there are things that I want to, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, apply more fully and keep improving. So here in this channel, um, like I mentioned, if you saw the intro video, I'll be sharing things about my own experience as I am still on my own better health journey, as well as um, tips and things and ideas, thoughts on uh, wellness and health that I either see videos on or read things about and want to share with you, as well as things related to one of the first topics that really sparked my interest, which is alignment and mobility. Alignment and mobility is something else that can have like kind of far reaching effects into different areas of health, especially as far as, well, one of the first things it can most obviously affect is things related to pain. So, like neck pain, back pain, knee pain, hip pain, um, or tension or tightness. A lot of that has to do with how we are consistently using our bodies and moving throughout the day, or how sedentary we are and not moving our bodies throughout the day. So, um, I wanted to kind of give you a video talking about like where I'm starting from now. I do feel like my health is much improved from several years ago, but I don't want to try to act like, oh, I am the pinnacle of health, because there are things that I'm still working on and progressing with, including working on getting my Hashimoto's into full remission is my goal. So if any of this interests you, and it's not for me at this point like about just weight loss, is it, do I have some weight I want to still lose? Absolutely. Like I said, been overweight all my life, still not to like an ideal weight, although put that in quotation marks because there's so many things. Like part of my goal is not just to be thin, but to be strong, right? And if you want to be strong, that means building muscle, and muscle is heavy. So you may not get to like a number that may be like, oh, this is the ideal number for your height if you are really deliberate about building muscle, because muscle is heavy. One of the people that comes to mind is an influencer who weighs 180 pounds, but she's a bit tall for a woman. I think she's like 5'9", and she's very muscular. So, it's not like just weight loss. Yes, do I want to, uh, reduce fat in some areas? Absolutely. And like I already mentioned, gain muscle and keep improving my own alignment and mobility, because mobility, if you've spent like around the time when I started learning about this I was already 25, so 25 years of certain habits and patterns, uh, and then trying to kind of like unwind or remobilize those areas can take time. So, uh, definitely want to start this off by saying no claim to perfection, but definitely wanting to keep growing, keep learning, and keep improving. So I hope you will join me on this journey and share with me what your health goals are and what are some of the things that you are doing to reach them. And look out for more videos of specific things that I'm doing or starting or restarting, depending on what it is, to help reach my own goals. Thanks for watching. Bye.